Beware of the teeny bopper mafia, you guys. Teeny bopper mafia. We gotta talk about them. Who are they? A good example of a teeny bopper mafia is the Swifties. Why is it teeny bopper? Because the sound of the music, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Taylor Swift's music is played in department stores. Part of the genius of her is that she can appeal to little kids. Her brand, even when she tries to be edgy, it just looks like it's being promoted to children. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by teeny bopper. The sound of it, the image of it. Sometimes it's just the sound. Like she can wear something risque, but the sound still is directed towards children. That's how I see it. So that's why I call it teeny bopper. It's childlike. It's not just her though. There's a lot of rock stars who are very Swift-like. Like they act like they're edgy. Maybe their imagery is edgy, but the sound is very teeny bopper. It's very like corporate. You hear their music being played in a Walmart, like that type of sound. So what do I mean by the teeny bopper mafia? Social media, right? And like, let's just say you critique a certain artist. This happened to me recently. I was actually having a conversation with someone in a comment section, and they were like, well, what do you think about Hayley Williams? When I think female, like rock vocalist, I immediately go to like a PJ Harvey type, you know, or someone like Chelsea Wolfe or Aniko. I guess she's more avant-garde, but you get the gist. Like I have what I like, you know? So I didn't even say anything bad. All I said was, it's just not my cup of tea, but she's talented. Like she obviously can sing and she's in a very famous band, but it's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. I'm just wired a little bit differently. I gravitate towards other sounds is all. And then the mafia came after me. And you would think these were Swifties. And I've seen it in other comment sections or other people's videos where they're just lightly critiquing someone. They're just like lightly saying, hey, this is cool, but it's not my thing. They're not talking shit. And in comes in swarms the what I call the teeny bopper mafia. They can't handle a different opinion. Back in the days, you know, I grew up really into rock and roll, and I'd have conversations like this in person, on forums, at shows, like, you know, I like them more than them. Like, for instance, oh, I prefer Slayer over Metallica or whatever, you know? And then someone will be like, are you crazy? But like kind of laugh it off. Like, you know what? Different strokes for different folks. Like, the way people would deal with that is just so different from how these young girls, or I don't know who we're even arguing with. That's another thing. Are these artists buying out bots? How does one make a comment and then there's like 50 people just shamelessly attacking someone? They're not even talking shit. They're just saying it's not my cup of tea. And they added a compliment. She's talented, but it's not for me. This is Swiftie stuff right here. This is crazy. They have one for Hayley Williams. They have one for Olivia Rodrigo. They have one for Sabrina Carpenter. They have one for all these artists that are clearly not meant for everybody. These are mainstream, corporate sounding. I'm sorry, it is. It's high level production. And that's not always a bad thing, high level production. And by the way, I listen to corporate pop music. It's just I'm from a different era. I grew up with Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, even Jennifer Lopez. You know, Shakira. Shakira is my jam. She still is. Like, that's the type of pop stuff I like. So I'm a little like, I don't know. I don't really gravitate towards all this stuff at the moment. But as far as what I listen to on a daily basis, I like rock and roll. Mainly. I listen to everything, but like mainly rock and roll or experimental music. Like, that's what I like. So obviously, this type of stuff isn't going to gravitate towards me. Is it a crime to like this type of stuff? No, it's not a crime. No one cares if you like it or not. It's fine. It's just, why is it that we can't express a difference of opinion? Because a lot of people aren't really out here talking shit. They're being asked and they're replying with, it's not my thing. And then the teeny bopper mafia rolls in. I don't get it. And the reason why it's crazy is because it used to not be like that. It used to really not be like that at all, where people just express a difference of opinion. Like, why is everything so offensive these days? Wild. You can't say Hayley Williams is talented, but it's not my cup of tea. Like, what? Are we all robots? We all have to like Paramore? I didn't really like Paramore growing up. I wasn't into that. No shade if you do. I wasn't. I was very pretentious, especially the last 2 years of high school. I was really pretentious. I liked obscure stuff that you had to go and download and all that. And then for me, mainstream was bands like Joy Division. Okay, this was back in 2009, 2008, that era. Like, that's what I was into. I liked punk rock, hardcore. I'd go to shows where bands would replicate this type of sound. You know, I was going to shows in East LA. Like, that's what I was into when I was that age. So I never went through the emo phase or anything like that. I was more like it was really weird. Fashion was so fluid back then. I considered myself a sewer rat, a valley rat. Like, that's what I would call myself because I just looked kind of dirty all the time. But that was my thing. It was on purpose, you know? Anyway, so obviously that type of sound, that high produced sound, is not really my thing personally. I just never got into it. It's really not a big deal. And I like mainstream bands, by the way. That's just not one of them for me personally. Most of my friends don't like the music that I listen to. Like, my friends in real life don't really listen to the music I listen to or that I love or I highly regard. You know what I mean? And it's not a big deal to me. I have very few friends that like my taste in music. Maybe 2. I don't need a posse of people that listen to the same shit as I do. It's not, and honestly, it makes me feel special in a weird way. But I know that there's a shit ton of other people that like the same stuff that I do. It doesn't make a difference either way for me. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about this today because it's insane. It's getting kind of crazy out there, you guys. Like the teeny bopper mafia. That's the best way I could explain to them because it's always like a mainstream type of sound. Whereas when you're talking about someone I don't know, people that gravitate more towards avant-garde or post-punk revival or something like that, they tend to be a bit more mature about things and more balanced in their conversations. And I'm talking about online forums. When you talk to these people that like this type of music, they don't come at you from that angle because this music is already somewhat, cult following. It's not being played on TV. It's not being shown in billboards. It's not being shoved down your throat like that. It's not being marketed because a lot of these artists don't have as big of a budget to be doing that. Their angle is way more, I think, intellectual. They'll sit and have a conversation about the entire album. Not that the teeny boppers won't do that, but you're allowed to not like certain songs or prefer another artist over that one, and then people go on about recommending music. And I notice a lot of them too are around my age, maybe a little older. There's a different way of having conversations about artists. Yeah, that art is being lost in this obsessive psychosis thing I'm seeing right now on the internet. It's insane. The amount of bullying. I've never seen anything like this before. So I don't know if they're bots or if this is a true Beetle mania-esque of teeny boppers. I don't know what to call it. I really don't know what that is. Is this a younger generation thing? I'm not quite sure, but it's interesting. It's interesting. So